Heaven I iTube, it's Abla. Today I want to talk about how we have been lied to about femininity in the world. And I have my notes. So when we talk about femininity, or when I specifically refer to femininity, I'm referring to our expression as females, our expression in our role as the female. So for me, there is a difference between saying the feminine, because the feminine is more of an energy. There's the feminine and the masculine. So when I'm speaking about femininity, I'm speaking about our expression of that energy of femininity. Right, so I want to talk about femininity today. That's what this video is about, our expression as women, as females, how we express the feminine. So let's dissect femininity in the world. In the world, it's very external, all about looks, all about hair and makeup. Pretty much how you look is your femininity, which looks are a part of expression, but it should begin with the spiritual, and the spiritual should then manifest into the physical. But in the world, they focus on the physical, and there's no focus on internal. Everything is external. So it's all about hair and makeup and pink and weakness and things like that. Girliness is, so to speak. So in the world, this external view of femininity is almost, like I said before, that mask of makeup and piercings and all these alterations we do. These are alterations we make to God's creation. That is not femininity. That is disrespect to the highest side. Has nothing to do with femininity. It's covering up reality with things like hair and makeup. When I say hair and makeup, I mean like everything we use in the world to alter ourselves. It's become kind of hyper feminine. This hyper femininity, meaning the fake hair, the fake everything. Makeup, the lips, the BBLs, everything that's fake in the world that they have. You can be born one way and you can completely alter yourself. And it's like the city girl era. Everybody wants to be a city girl. Everyone wants to have this look, and this hyper femininity that is an alteration of God's creation. Like I said, nothing feminine about that. Also creates this society where you have to be hyper feminine, where there's almost like a genderless society being created. That's a whole other video, but it's like a genderless society being created, because what was once considered to be like extreme and like drag queen makeup or a drag queen look is normal. That's the norm today. Like I said, it's a city girl era. Is the time of that, I guess. And it's fake. It's not real femininity. It's all a mask. Everything, the surgery, the everything, it's a mask. It's not real femininity. So you might see externally a female, a woman who is physically presenting to be beautiful because she has all of these alterations. But internally, she cannot be taught. She cannot be led. She has no relationship with the Most High. She has no respect for others or herself, no care for family. It's just unruly, unreceptive, unruly, completely unruly. That's what the world is about, is leading everyone to become unruly, to become out of order with reality. That's what the world is about. That's why they create this hyper femininity, where they make you believe that to be feminine, you have to alter what is already there, what God created. If you are a woman, you are a female. Don't you think God already made you to be feminine in your expression that is already there? Why would you have to alter that? Are we smarter? Do we know better than God, that we have to alter his creation and then say now we are feminine? That doesn't even make sense. So that's femininity in the world. Like I said, you see something externally, but internally, that female is not, her spirit is not resting in its femininity. Her spirit is in survival mode, is disorderly, unruly because of the world. So true femininity is being receptive. True femininity is resting in what the high side, the Most High, has already created, resting in his order and being receptive to that order. And that is what true femininity is. True femininity is modesty. Femininity is not loud like you see in the world. You could see, like I said, a beautiful woman, but her mouth, her mind, her spirit is just out of order. Femininity is about, like I said, surrender to order, being able to be taught and led, being able to listen, being able to allow God to be God. Like I said, in the world, they want us all to believe we are allowed to alter creation. We really believe we're allowed to alter creation, that we're doing something by doing that. We're not doing anything but being disorderly. True femininity rests within the order that already exists. Is receptive, like I said. That word receptive. That word receptive is a display of femininity. That word modesty is a display of femininity, not just modesty in dress or appearance, but like I said, the spiritual manifests into the physical. So spiritually modest. Modest in her actions, modest in her speech. You see how feminine a woman is through her behaviors, through how she cares for her family, how she cares for those she doesn't even know, cares for herself, how open she is to the right things, because you know, as females, we can be open to wrong things at times. How open she is and receptive to order and being taught and led, and resting in her position as the feminine, resting in that energy as the feminine, and knowing that, yes, it says in the Bible we are the weaker vessel, but that doesn't mean that we are inherently weak, right? The weaker vessel doesn't mean that we are inherently weak. And displays of modesty and being led, that's not weakness, that's strength. So that is what real femininity is. And we mustn't confuse it with the femininity of the world. I'm just going to call it the city girl era because that's what it's become. And I'm sure that can be understood. I hope it's understood. Basically, all the fakeness of the world. That's what the whole city girl thing is. And I'm not saying that looks and your external doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is that the spiritual comes first and spirituality then manifests into the physical. A female that is spiritually resting in her femininity, behaving in her true expression without all the extra and the fakeness that comes from the world, she will be beautiful. There's no way she cannot be beautiful. Because like I said, she's beautiful in her demeanor. She's beautiful in the way she gives respect and respects herself and respects the Most High. She's beautiful in her breath, her everything, her speech is beautiful because she is in order and she's resting. She's not in fight or flight mode. She's not angry. She's not trying to figure out things in the world and has a hard head. She's resting in her femininity. It's like water. She's just calm. She has calm waters, and that is her beauty. She's beautiful because of that. So like I said, that spirituality manifests into the physical, and that's where true beauty comes from. Beauty and femininity is not just about the external city girl, you know. We mustn't become confused with what the world and the media are perpetuating. We must not become confused with that, because all that is external is unruly. It's fake. It's made up. It's worldly. If we look at native tribes, women in native tribes, yes, some of them adorn their temples, and I'm not saying the native tribes have it all right either, because they adorn their temples. You see them with different piercings, different tattoos. They have different meanings of beauty in which they themselves alter the highest eyes creation. But if you see them, you don't see what you see in the world. They display a certain strength that is their femininity. Their femininity comes from their strength. Their femininity comes from their behavior and their order, their desire to be in order. that is their femininity. Their femininity is not merely external, even though we might see them with different piercings and tattoos, different things that tribes do. But their femininity starts in the spiritual, starts with the zero, which everything starts with zero. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. That we mustn't get caught up. Even me in the world, I used to wear makeup and things like that and thought it was a part of how I expressed my internal femininity, you know, presenting myself to look more girly, wearing makeup, having a certain type of hair, wanting your body to look a certain way, things like that. You think that you're doing something that is just normal. You know, you want to look like a girl. But really, like I said, you're altering creation, and we must never think that we need to alter creation to be feminine, to express what has already been given to us. All we need to do is rest. All we need to do is surrender in what already is. And that is how we express our femininity, and that is how we will express order and be receptive. That's femininity. Receptivity is femininity. Right. So yes, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope everyone has a blissful day. Guide I, heal I, grow I,